Hare Krishna. Today we are going to see what is real bhakti and why is it so attractive to Krishna, who himself is all attractive. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, one of our acharyas, says that people turn to God for very many reasons. The main reason people turn to God is out of fear. You can see many people going to the temples and having special pujas, yajnas, just to ward off anything evil that might happen in their life. Just out of fear, they respect God. So the next level, higher than this, is people who turn to God for the fulfillment of their desires. It's generally a request that they have, a prayer with a list of things that they need. So that is why they go to temples and have pujas. So this is some sort of a business relationship, with God, as if God is our order supplier. The next higher than this are people who are generally dutiful. Out of a matter of duty, they do their, devotional activities out of gratitude maybe, and just as, something that they have decided they have to do in their lives. Not much expectation, but just as a matter of duty. And the highest thing is to turn to God out of love. And what is this love? This love is called bhakti. The real, definition of bhakti is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam in this shloka. It says, Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. So in this shloka, it says the highest duty of a living being, of a jiva, is to do bhakti to adhokshaja. Adhokshaja means adhokshaja is a person whom we cannot actually see with our senses, and that is God. So bhakti means, it has got two definitions. It says ahaituki apratihata. Ahaituki means not for a particular reason. It's not that, Lord, I need this, so I'm, doing my bhakti just for some, desire. And apratihata means I'm doing it all the time. I'm not just going to temple on a Sunday or, on the next, festival day. No, it is something that is without a break. When you pour oil, thick oil, or when you pour honey, it just flows without a break. Whereas you pour water, you can see it is interrupted. So, ahaituki apratihata means you love God for no particular reason, just out of, being wanting to love Him for His own sake. And second thing is, you do it uninterrupted all the time. So this is the definition of bhakti. And what do we get out of doing bhakti is, it is given in the same shloka, yayatma suprasidati. The soul becomes happy. You become satisfied in life. And it is something beyond the pleasure of this body, beyond the pleasure of the senses, beyond the pleasure of the mind or intelligence. When you, go to a nice movie, or when you wear nice clothes, or when you eat in a nice restaurant, this is all pleasure of the senses. Or you might have some sort of an intellectual interest, you might solve a puzzle, or you might, listen to music or read a nice book. That is sort of satisfying to the mind, maybe the intelligence even. But when you perform bhakti, when you serve the Lord out of love, without any expectation whatsoever, it satisfies the soul. That is real bhakti. And actually, quite surprisingly, bhakti is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. You can see that Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. The first 6 chapters talk about karma, and the last 6 chapters speak about jnana. But the center 6 chapters are dedicated to bhakti. So just like, when you, something is very precious, you save it in a box. So bhakti is actually sandwiched between karma and jnana, because it is the most wonderful thing. And you can see in shlokas that Krishna speaks about bhakti. he speaks very unabashedly. He says, a devotee who is my, my bhakta, I will do anything for him. I will protect him. And when he even says, when you offer me something out of love, I immediately accept this, because it is the love that is most attractive to me. So Krishna very unabashedly says that bhakti is the most attractive thing to him. So we can now see one very special shloka that I found in a book called Padyavali. In that, Krishna says, it's not Krishna saying, but it is about what pleases Krishna most. So he speaks about different characters, different devotees. For example, it says, Vyadhasya Acharanam. Vyadha is actually a hunter. There is a story of a hunter called Mrigari. Mrigari is actually a very sinful person. He half kills animals, and takes pleasure in their suffering. Somehow he meets Narada Muni in his life, and hearing the words of Narada Muni, it just completely transforms him, and he takes to a devotional life. Just by chanting the Lord's holy name and worshipping Tulasi, his whole character changes. The next time he sees Narada Muni, he is not ready to even step on an ant. He becomes completely transformed. So they say, what real good piety did this hunter have? Vyadasya Acharanam. What did he do before he got bhakti to, have such a transformation? Second thing is, Dhruvasya cha vayo. Dhruva is only a 5-year-old child. It's not that to perform bhakti you need to, grow up, come to your youth, or, become older and experienced. No, even a 5-year-old child like Dhruva was able to have darshan of the Lord within 6 months because of his just chanting his mantra, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, so sincerely. Then it says, Vidya Gajendrasya ka. What education did Gajendra the elephant have? He didn't go to any school or anything. He was a very, very, a wild elephant. And when he entered the water, and when he completely was, tortured by this crocodile, he suddenly turned to the Lord and offered him a flower, and also with the flower and prayers his heart. So what education is necessary to do bhakti? Nothing, absolutely. Then the next thing it says, Kubjaya kim nama rupa madikam. What beauty did Kubja have? If Krishna is attracted only by beauty, by beautiful girls, maybe we might think, the gopis were so beautiful, so Krishna was after them. No, Kubja was a hunchbacked woman in Mathura. Everybody had, rejected her. The society had completely thrown her off. Such a person Krishna was attracted to, okay? So her bhakti attracted Krishna. Kim nama rupa madikam. Kimno sudhamno dhanam. So if you're very rich and Krishna, is very, very impressed, this guy has given me a diamond crown, so he's really my devotee. No, Sudama had nothing to offer him other than some flat rice. Okay, so Krishna is not after your money. Okay, then next it says, Vamshako Vidurasya. Vidura is actually a Dasi Putra. He was considered a Shudra. But Krishna gave up the great, Duryodhana's welcome, and he had his lunch in Vidura's house. And what was the lunch? Vidura's wife was so happy to see Krishna. She peeled bananas and she gave him the banana skin instead of the banana. She kept throwing the bananas and just offering him the skin. But Krishna was so attracted by her love that, he ate those banana skins as happily as he would have done the bananas. So Krishna doesn't look for what caste or what is your creed, what is your position in society. Then, Yadhava Pater Ugrasya Kim Paurusham. There was this Kamsa's father called Ugrasen. Krishna, after defeating Kamsa, he didn't take up the becoming the king of or the emperor of Mathura. He just was there for support. He made Ugrasen, the old king, as the emperor, and he worked under him. So you can see, Yadavapate Ugrasya Kim Paurusham. If only a very strong body, able-bodied person can have devotion, then what was the great strength that Ugrasen had? He was a very old, weak person. So finally it says, Bhaktya Tushtati Kevalam Nacha Gunair Bhakti Priyo Madhavaha. So by all these examples we can see, it says in the shloka that Bhaktya Tushyati. Bhaktya Tushyati means only by bhakti can you please Krishna. Nacha Gunair, not by your external things, not by, by your high birth, by your beauty, by your riches, by your age, by your intelligence, by your so many things, strong body. All this, nothing is a consideration. Only Bhakti Priyo Madhava. Madhava or Krishna is very, very attracted to a devotee who has devotion, who has love for him, for which, he's not expecting anything. He's just, Prabhupada always translated bhakti as devotional service. We are all here in this world serving somebody or the other. We serve our families, we, serve our children, we serve maybe in a job that we are going to, in office we are serving. So many different, or maybe we have a broader view, we might, serve society, we might serve the country. All this is service. And if not, if you're too lazy to do anything, you will at least serve your senses. So try to fulfill all your desires. But here we can see that real service is to serve the Supreme Lord without any expectation from him. What desire did Prahalad have? Though he was punished at every instance by his father, his devotion, his faith in the Lord was not deterred even an inch when he was thrown up from the, from the cliff right down into the ocean. You can see Prahalad's devotion didn't even, shake even a little bit from the moment he was pushed till he went down on the floor. Nothing happened to him. He was completely surrendered to the Lord. This is the devotion. When this happens, the Lord takes responsibility of such a devotee. Like they give an example, when you are a devotee, it's like the Lord is like the mother cat and you are like a kitten. How the mother holds its kitten with great love and takes it all around. Same thing if you are a mouse, how will the jaws of a cat look to you? So that is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. Krishna loves his devotees. Of course, Krishna says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Krishna says that I am actually equal to everyone. Because you can see even the demons that Krishna killed reached the highest position because they were killed by the Lord. They did not go to hell. They got liberated from their sinful bodies. So Krishna actually is equal to everyone, but he says, who are my devotees who want nothing else from me other than give me love and serve me. I am like, they say, Aham Bhakta Paradhino. Krishna becomes the servant of his devotees. He is such a Lord. This is the power of bhakti. That's why Krishna doesn't give bhakti to everybody. He might give you your riches, he might satisfy all your material desires, but bhakti is a very rare thing. It's a rare gem that Krishna preserves. It's only by humility and by tolerance and by complete devotion and remaining in the service of devotees and the Lord and also chanting his holy name. Slowly this selfish heart, stone heart will become soft, and there the bhakti lata can grow, and that creeper will finally grow and reach the lotus feet of Krishna, and Krishna is simply sold out to his devotees. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please keep chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a very, very simple process. It's a very transformational process. Just by chanting the holy name, because it is Krishna himself, your heart will change and you will experience that love of Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.